everybody, Northern Transport Hub here. Welcome back to the layout. The layout is back, it runs again. And today we will be doing a review as I have purchased a new locomotive. Now let me get it out. It is this, an old Airfix 1975 LMS Royal Scot class. Now before we get it out of the box, this locomotive was built in 1927. It's the design of 70 locomotives. This one went to America in 1933 and Canada for the expedition, the Progression Expedition in Chicago. And this locomotive was rebuilt in 1950 by British Railways and operated up and down the West Coast Main Line for another 12 years before she was withdrawn in 1962, purchased by Billy Butlin to be in a display at his Skegness Holiday Park, and then was rescued and returned to steam in 1972 at the Bressingham Steam Museum, and then was out of ticket in 1978, and then was stuck 30 years as a static exhibit. Now there is some speculation surrounding this locomotive, which I deem to be false. Now when she went over to America, this one didn't actually go. Number 6152, the King's Dragoon Guardsman, was dressed up as this locomotive and went over, as she was scheduled to have an overhaul to have more advanced features added to her. Now that's why she was selected to take the guise of Royal Scot. Now, some people speculate that the locomotive is still the King's Dragoon Guardsman. However, I deny that speculation because this locomotive, what I would say about it, is that on each part, in reality, on each part, the number of the locomotive is stamped on it. And they haven't seen any that said 6152. I think they've all said 6100. So that's why she still carries this guise. But yeah, this Airfix model has a pancake motor. And let me tell you how I got it. So, a friend of my dad's literally just came up to me and gave me this. I didn't have to pay anything for it. All I had to use is a few good manners. So, yeah, a nice gentleman called Daniel who turns old DC engines into DCC, but he said Airfix ones like this one and my 4F over there with the pancake motors are too hard to do. Now I've already been waffling on for 2.5 minutes, so I know you need to get this out. He said he's owned this for about 5 or 6 years before he finally gave it to me, and apparently it runs well. Now I have tested it, but the controller has been down at Gauge Master, being repaired. Give me a minute, please. I'm just going to unbox this. Now, the locomotive did actually come with the repair sheet as well, but I have since misplaced that. So, yeah, let's get her out of this polystyrene packaging. And here she is, the Royal Scot. Now, for 1975, the detail on this is incredible. She has separately fitted handrails, a detailed cab, a separately fitted whistle and safety valves, some nice valve gear, and also she has the detailing on the nameplates which the King's Dragoon Guardsman was given to when she went to America. Now, the locomotive does have moulded tender handrails. These are moulded on, I can tell. Because on the other locomotives that have this same style of tender, they are separately fitted. Which is what I wanted to do, is falling off. Well, only one, and it's like one on the back. There has been a minor repair made, which was by me. I'm not going to go into that, it's just here. You can hardly really see it. Just one of these snapped off a little bit. But yeah, she has been rebuilt with a Stanier tender. So this was designed by Henry Fowler. I think it's Henry Fowler. I don't remember. Yeah. So she was designed by Henry Fowler, but then given a Stanier style rebuild. So that's why she looks similar to my Jubilees. If you're not really, if you don't know a lot about steam locomotives. But yeah, what I would say, two little flaws is that because the buffers are clipped in, they're rather easy to fall out. So I might need to glue them in so they don't fall out in future. And they're rather easy, rather hard to get back in with one hand. Also, the locomotive is missing its fake coupling hook, so on other locomotives with Airfix, it is the same. So essentially, you know, you'd have a coupling hook there, but it seems to be a thing on Airfix. What also seems to be a thing on Airfix locomotives is the lack of smoke box number plate. There is no smoke box number plate on this locomotive, nor on my 4F. And the reason is a fake coupling hook on things like my Sentinel, my Packet, but not on this. Anyway, I have been waffling for about 5 minutes, but I will get some real footage of the Royal Scot because I have seen her quite a lot. But yeah, we'll get her onto the track and let's get some running done, shall we? So the best way, by the way, hello, new camera angle, to handle one of these locomotives is to grab one hand by the tender and one hand by the boiler and the wheels and put it on like so. And let's just give her a little test. I know she already works, but quite smooth. So I'll hitch her up to some period coaches and have a good old-fashioned running session. The first one since the layout has returned to working order.